Yo, what's up guys, Jason's here back with another video. After going through tons of trade rumors by myself, I think it's time for me to actually react to some other people's ideas that were proposed online. So today we'll be going through 10 Golden State Warriors trade rumors posted on TradeNB.com, which is the website that I use all the time for trade building and stuff like that. So I will leave the link in the description down below for you guys to check it out. And with that being said, let's roll the intro.
Hi. I'm on my match in the dark. 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 I'm on my match.
Alright guys, enough talking, let's just jump right into the list. So let's see, for the first one we got, the Warriors received Tobias Harris, and they will give up Andrew Wiggins and a 2021 second round pick. If you ask me, I will never pull this trade. One of the biggest reasons that the people of the Golden State Warriors front office want to get rid of Andrew Wiggins is that overpaid contract. Now, if this trade actually happened, that Tobias Harris $32.7 million contract will pretty much lock up the entire cap space for the Golden State Warriors, which is horrible because they have no money for free agents or anything else that can boost up their bench. And from the playoffs, we all can see that Tobias Harris played really below expectations. So I think this trade would not happen unless the 76ers throw in more first round picks, which I don't think will happen. Alright, so now let's jump into second trade ideas. Okay. So the Warriors get Miles Turner, TJ Warren, a sign-in trade of Justin Holiday, and the Warriors will give up Kai Bowman, Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins. I will actually pull this trade because one of the biggest needs for the Warriors is center. Miles Turner fit in perfectly with that position, and TJ Warren can actually again fit in the departure of Andrew Wiggins perfectly with that small forward position. Justin Holiday is also a big factor, I think, because he'll be a perfect guard or a shooter, come off the bench. But most importantly, the Warriors gotta keep the number 2 overall pick, which means this will add a lot of potential for getting players like LaMelo Ball, which I think is one of the best players in this year's draft. So this trade idea I actually really like. And for the Pacers, I mean, they get Andrew Wiggins and 2 bench player. The thing about the Pacers is I really feel like they're about to rebuild because the performance in the playoff is really not people are expected. So for the Warriors, this trade I will pull it immediately. Alrighty, let's go to the next one with the Knicks. So the Warriors will get Dennis Smith Jr., Mitchell Robinson, the number 8 overall pick from the Knicks, and the Warriors will give up the number 2 overall pick. Once again, this trade is absolutely amazing for the Golden State Warriors. I heard a lot of people saying that the best option for them was to trade down, and this trade, I mean, is like a dream scenario. You drop down 6 spots, you get Danny Smith Jr., which I think is solid for a bench, not starting, and Mitchell Robinson, which I think the Warriors can either start or bench. And these 2 players' contract is really great, especially when Mitchell Robinson is starting that rookie contract. And with the 8th pick, I mean, the Warriors can either pick somebody or trade for some more assets. So this trade, I would say, is amazing. And for the Knicks, we don't know why they want the number 2 overall pick, because they want to draft LaMelo Ball. So if this trade can actually happen, the Warriors will be the biggest winner. And let's keep it going. With the Thunders, the Warriors get Danny Schroeder, Steven Adams, and the 2020 first round pick from the Thunders, which I think is about 22 or 22nd or 23rd. And the Warriors will give Andrew Wiggins the number 2 overall pick. Whenever I see a trade package that include both Andrew Wiggins and the number 2 overall pick, I expect some big returns because these 2 assets together, I think, is some of the most valuable assets in the league. But Danny Schroeder, which I think played absolutely amazing in the playoffs, and Steven Adams, a solid center, and the first round pick from the Thunders, which I don't think is super valuable because Thunder has like 5 to 6 first round picks for the next 2 to 3 years. Personally, I will not pull this trade, but if the Thunders actually put in more first round picks, I think the Warriors may consider doing so. Alrighty, and let's keep it rolling. Ooh, 3 teams trade again. The Warriors get Kelly Oubre Jr., Ricky Rubio, sign and trade with Montreal Harrell, like that, and the Warriors will give up Andrew Wiggins, Kai Bowman, Jordan Poole, and the 2021 first round pick, which is the top 3 protected. I would say yes if this trade can actually happen. Oh, by the way, the Warriors will have to give up another 2021 second round pick to the Clippers. This trade, I think, is pretty solid. Kelly Oubre Jr., that cheap contract, can fit in perfectly with Andrew Wiggins' departure. Ricky Rubio can either start or bench, and I think he's probably one of the best point guard if he actually starts off the bench. Montreal Harrell, I mean, the 6th man of the year, absolutely great center, dominating the paint, and the Warriors still got to keep the number 2 overall pick. Once again, keeps a lot of flexibility for, you know, trading or actually picking players. So this trade will actually work perfectly if the Warriors can keep all their bench, because I think last year we all can see their bench is actually playing pretty well, from some chemistry. So this trade, I will actually pull it off. Alright, and let's see. The Cavaliers and the Warriors will get Miles Turner again, TJ Warren, sign and trade Matthew Dellavedova, and the Warriors will give Andrew Wiggins the 2020 second round pick from Utah and the 2021 second round pick from Dallas and the top 3 protected from the Minnesota Timberwolves. This trade, I will not pull it off, because even though Miles Turner and TJ Warren are solid players, I feel like that's a little bit too much picks for the future, because obviously with Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson aging, it's actually important that we put our vision to the future. So I feel like this trade, I will not pull it off, but I honestly love this idea if the Warriors can use last picks, but eventually I don't feel like this will happen, and the Pacers pretty much lose everything and they get nothing back. So I will not do this trade, and I don't expect this to actually happen in real life. Alrighty, with the Bulls, the Warriors get Wendell Carter Jr., the 4th pick, and the Warriors will give up the number 2 overall pick. I mean, this is another great trade like the Knicks one before. Drop down 2 spot, get a solid center. Wendell Carter Jr. is not really on the top tier, but is definitely solid, and he is also on that rookie contract, which means the money will be really flexible. And with that 4th pick, the Warriors can, you know, either draft or, like I said before, trade, which, I mean, only drop down 2 spots and get a solid center. And the 4th pick will probably still be valuable, so I think this trade is golden for the Golden State Warriors. And with Wendell Carter Jr. on the lineup, he can probably start out at 5 or bench. The Warriors have a lot of potential if this trade can happen again, like I said. And yeah, let's go to the next one. With the Clippers, the Warriors will give away Draymond Green, and they will get Zubac, Landry Shamet, and Patrick Beverley. If this could happen, I will say yes immediately, but I know this will never happen from the Clippers. And they're giving away 3 key role players for Draymond Green, who is aging and the stats is falling down. So this trade from the Warriors side, I would say yes, but the Clippers will probably never say yes for this trade. Alrighty. Next we got with the Pelicans. The Warriors will get Brandon Ingram, and the Pelicans will get Andrew Wiggins and the number 2 overall pick. Ooh, this trade can be interesting though, because Brandon Ingram is, I mean, is one of the rising stars in the league these days. But giving away Andrew Wiggins and the number 2 overall pick is just simply way too much for this to happen, because just say we draft James Wiseman, and I will actually not move away Andrew Wiggins and James Wiseman to actually pair up Brandon Ingram with Stephen Klay. So I don't think this will happen. I don't think the Warriors will do it. And if this actually happened, the Pelicans will win a lot from this trade, because I mean their future is pretty bright with Zion Williamson. So I mean, it can be controversy. Alright. And this trade with the Magic and the Blazers. the Warriors will give up Andrew Wiggins, the 2020 second round pick from Utah and from Dallas, and also the number 2 overall pick. And the Warriors will get Nikola Vucevic, the 2022 second round pick, 2021 first round, and the 2020 first round pick from the Magics. This is way too much for like this will create some huge roster move for all the 3 teams, but I will actually pull this trade. Think about it. If we give 2 second round pick in the first round and the second overall pick, we get back 2 first round pick and a second round pick, and we give Andrew Wiggins and we get Nikola Vucevic. I mean, we all can see from the playoffs, Nikola Vucevic is probably one of the only solid player for the Magic's team. He pretty much averaged 30-10 across all 5 games. And I think he's one of the most versatile big men in the league. He can shoot threes, mid-range, or dominate the paint. So I will actually pull this trade. And the contract, only $26 million. I mean, this will put the Warriors probably to like a top 3 team in the Western Conference. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Nikola Vucevic, probably with another small forward. This line can be dominated. So on the Warriors side, I will pull this trade, and I love this idea. Alright guys, so these are the 10 trades that I found on tradingbeat.com about the Warriors. If you enjoyed this kind of content, comment down below to let me know, and I will make sure I pull this off in the future as well. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and follow me on social media with all the link in the description down below. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next episode.